right, everybody, welcome back to the Slushie Review. This is Chris.
And this is Keith Anderson.
We are talking today about Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and a great movie.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Really good movie, in my opinion. So, don't expect too much out of the negatives for me.
Fair.
Yeah, just putting it out there. Really good movie. This is what we're talking about today. Came out in 1988.
Ooh.
Same year that I came out
30...
into existence.
No, keep it right there. Same year you came out.
Same year I came out.
You got it.
32 years young.
32 years
is
young.
this movie, and as am I.
Share a birthday with it.
I'll take it. Birth year.
It.
At least. Probably some bad things, too, but
no one knows.
I don't want to focus on those things. Let's just talk about this one.
Okay.
Let's just talk about the good things in this one. I mean, there might be some bad things that happened in 1988, including my birth.
Yeah. Fair. That was bad.
For some people, it might have not have been good.
I love it.
Anywho.
You're here now.
I am here now, so you all got to deal with it.
That's no Slushie Review without Chris.
So do I.
There's that.
Fair.
Same. So.
All right. So, Keith, do you want to do a description for the movie, or do you want me to?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
I can do it this time.
Okay.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's about this guy named Terry. No,
Terry! Back up, Terry.
All right, back up. I love that video. So, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It is I don't know if I want to say a collection. It is a movie with a collection of great characters. Stars Bob Hoskins,
yes,
who is in this movie, and I only know him from this movie and Super Mario Brothers,
and that's great.
And that's it. That's all I know him from, right?
I only know him from one other movie besides those, and it's like Unleashed. With Jet Li. I think there's another one that I can't think of the name of.
I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bob Hoskins. Everybody else that you need to know is a cartoon character.
More or less.
Any other character that you need to know is a cartoon character. Also, I mean, fair. I mean, Roger Rabbit, right? Like, who framed this plain-looking rabbit named Roger? No, it's a cartoon character. So, this movie was made in 1988. It is literally probably the best movie I've ever seen that, besides before Space Jam.
There it is.
That did humans and cartoon characters so well.
Like side by side.
Side by side.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. So there's Roger Rabbit, he's the main character. There's Jessica Rabbit, who is his wife. There's also Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, who's it? Daffy Duck.
The real stars.
Porky Pig. What's the hen's name? I was trying to think of it when we were watching it.
Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah.
He's in it for like a second.
He is, but I looked at him and I was like, that guy.
Yeah, Tweety is in
Tweety
there.
was in it. And then Sylvester's in it.
Sylvester's in it. Goofy's in it.
Yep.
He even is like Roger Rabbit's hero, apparently,
he is.
In the world of toon acting.
I mean, think about it. Goofy is probably Meryl Streep. Who doesn't want to be Meryl Streep?
Goofy is in the toon version of The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's so comedic timing, dramedy timing. I don't know.
Dramedic.
I was gonna say that. It didn't sound right. So those are the characters. So what it's about is Bob Hoskins, the main guy. And I forgot to say it was Christopher Lloyd. One of my favorite actors is in it. Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown from Back to the Future is in this movie. I love it.
And he kills it. Him and Bob Hoskins both kill it, in my opinion.
Like, how hard is it to act next to cartoon characters?
I can't imagine. I know for some people it can't be easy acting next to a human being.
Fair.
So I don't know what they were doing in this case. If there were people out there like in the place of it, or if it was just like a hat.
I couldn't imagine.
A stick or something, or what? But
it was good.
Like Bob Hoskins was bouncing lines off of, for all we know, nobody.
Yeah, fair. I mean, it was 88, so they weren't really like. But either way, so So Bob Hoskins is a detective. He's an alcoholic detective.
Hard boiled as shit.
He doesn't like to laugh. He doesn't like to smile. No frown lines. But he does have drink lines. And
drink lines.
He drinks all the time, and he used to, before his brother died in a movie, he used to be a toon detective. He used to be a cartoon detective. So he would go into a place. So they're basically in Hollywood, basically, and then there's a town called Toontown.
Toontown, yep.
Toontown, and Toontown is like right next to it. So either way, so it's about Roger Rabbit and his wife Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit gets caught flirting with an old man. She plays patty cake with this old man, and Roger gets upset. And even though he's a cartoon, he's upset, he's pissed, whatever. And the next day, the old man dies. And
under cartoon circumstances,
he gets a safe dropped on his head, and he dies.
Classic.
And the old man is actually Acme. If you watch cartoons back in the day, you know what Acme is. He was the creator of Acme.
He's the gag king
in the movie, at least.
He's got like hand buzzers
and disappearing and reappearing ink.
Disappearing, reappearing ink. Like anything Wile E. Coyote basically murdered himself with.
Absolutely.
This man is responsible for.
Yep.
If it's Acme, it's a gasser. That's what he says.
That's what he says. So he dies. So Bob Hoskins, what's his name in this movie?
Eddie Valiant.
I knew that, because his brother, because I read the name.
Teddy Valiant.
Yeah.
Theodore Valiant. Valiant and Valiant Investigations.
Yes. So Eddie Valiant, I'll say Eddie instead of Bob Hoskins, which either way. So Eddie, he's tasked with finding out. Roger Rabbit wants him to know that he was framed. He did not commit this murder because he's a toon, and all I do is make people laugh. I couldn't kill anybody. And then Roger Rabbit handcuffs himself to Bob Hoskins, and it's hilarious. Hilarity ensues.
Yes,
that's the movie. The cartoons are amazing. Just watching it brings you back to like a childlike feeling. You're just like cartoons. They do dumb shit. You see, Yosemite Sam's in it.
Oh, it's great.
It's just the best. It's so good. And
one of my favorite scenes in movies is the dueling pianos. Daffy and Donald, two of my favorite cartoon characters in general. Daffy Duck, Donald Duck, like the ill-tempered second banana of like Warner Brothers and Disney, and they both just get to take it on each other.
Fair, and that's the plot of the movie. There you have it. That's all I got. That's
the whole movie. And then the Daffy and Donald thing. That's really all I needed in a movie, in any movie. I'll agree with that.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. It's like, set in... Because it's made in 88, but it's supposed to be, in like the 50s or something? Because there's like hard-boiled detectives and dames, and everybody's got a revolver in their back pocket.
The one guy calls her broad.
Yeah, people,
that's the whole thing.
Or a skirt, or whatever you call it.
There's like
whatever term you use to disrespect a woman.
Yeah, there's like a trolley, and it's not San Francisco.
Street cars everywhere, and kids are smoking cigarettes.
That was hilarious.
And one kid had a giant fucking slingshot in his hand, like he was going to do something with it.
A la Bart Simpson.
Dennis the Menace. Bart Simpson.
Dennis the Menace. I forgot about Dennis the Menace. Another movie Christopher Lloyd was in, Dennis the Menace.
Was he?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
So the neighbor was Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
And the old drifter, Christopher Lloyd.
He was the vagrant?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
The one that... And Dennis stayed with them for over a night. Yeah, he was the guy who was eating beans out of the can and then got like burned or whatever.
Did he like kill him by accident or something? Or just,
he almost died.
Burned him pretty badly.
Yeah, because he almost died. He was choking on something and Dennis got it out. And then he kind of like, I'm done with this kid. And then he came back to the block. And I think Walter like knocked him out or something, if I remember correctly. He went to jail.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I didn't even remember him being... I didn't remember most of that movie, to be fair.
I love Christopher Lloyd. I think he's amazing. And I just found out...
Nothing wrong with that.
A, he's still alive. B, he was born in 1938. That man is old.
1938. So that's 70... What? 72?
Yeah.
At the time of this? No.
82.
82, yeah, at the time of this broadcast.
Yeah. 82. That man is old. And I was like, whoa.
Good for him.
So here's a little whatever
tidbit.
So have you ever seen the show Modern Family?
Yeah.
Modern Family is a great show. I was watching it for the longest time. It was on for 10 seasons. I would probably watch 8. I didn't watch the first 2 because I didn't know about it. Every time it came on, it said created by somebody and Christopher Lloyd.
Nice.
And I was like, that's amazing.
That's a show I've seen, but I've never really sought it out. I've seen it.
Al Bundy's the guy.
Yes.
He's the main guy.
He's on it, and I know that Nathan Lane appears on it every so often.
Yep.
And Nathan
His
Lane's
name is
amazing.
Pepper.
Yeah. Pepper Saltzman.
Yep.
He's amazing.
And so, for the longest time,
Al Bundy.
Last year, I was like, I can't believe Christopher Lloyd made this show. He's so good. Not the same Christopher Lloyd.
What?
I was heartbroken.
How many people in Hollywood have the name Christopher Lloyd?
Apparently 2. It was a different Christopher Lloyd. It was a younger dude.
I don't like that.
He was 30, 40 maybe.
I don't like that at all.
No, I didn't like it either, but it broke my heart. I was so excited. I was like, man, Christopher Lloyd, Al Bundy, this is just
knocking it out of the park.
No, not him. Not him.
But he could. I like to think that he could.
I assume he could. Doc Brown's amazing.
He could at least be on it and be good.
Yeah. He might have been.
I was waiting for you to tell me he was on the show at some point, not to say that he was a mistaken creator of it.
Listen, I got my heart broken, so I had to break your heart. I'm so sorry. That's not fair. Really, but
the world is only so fair.
Same.
And it's very unkind.
So yeah, that's the plot.
Yeah. It's like a good old-fashioned, I don't know if it's an good old-fashioned murder mystery with cartoon characters.
Kind of. It kind of is.
With cartoon characters.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. Who are both capable and incapable of killing people at any given moment, depending on their nature. Because some of those characters are walking around with switchblades and knives and revolvers.
Can I tell you what I thought you were talking about?
Straight razors. What?
I thought you were talking about fucking Batman. I was like, don't even.
Not this time.
But apparently this time.
But this time.
God dang it. I was like, you were like, what'd you say? Is that people don't kill depending on their nature.
Yeah, they're capable or incapable. Yeah, because Roger's I can't kill anybody, but those weasel dudes that work for Christopher Lloyd's character are packing.
And literally,
they got Tommy guns and revolvers and straight razors and switchblades and knives.
I thought you were talking about Batman.
I mean, he's probably got most of those things.
I was like, damn it.
We almost made it.
Almost, man. I messed it up. I'm sorry, but
that's all right.
Freaking Batman.
That's all right. I'm not worried about it. He wasn't in the movie, thankfully.
Thank God.
He would have been over in...
Honestly, though, if cartoon version Batman was in a movie, I wouldn't be mad about it. I like cartoon version Batman.
No, because... now I'm going to have Kevin Conroy. If Kevin Conroy Batman was in that movie, I would have been...
But if he was in the movie, I want Luke Skywalker to be in the movie, too, then. As the Joker.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
That's
he does the voice for the Joker.
Heath Ledger. I would rather have Mark Hamill.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I love Heath Ledger. He did a great job.
Yeah.
But Mark Hamill as a Joker in the Batman cartoon series was amazing.
Yeah. Also the games, the Arkham games. He was great in those.
He was in those. I forgot about that.
Was killing it in those games too.
Is it fair?
That's it. Not a debate on my. I'll agree with that every time.
Same. Absolutely same.
And that's all I have to say about Batman this time.
All right, I'll let you finish, man. Moving right along.
Hey, let's see what else happens in the movie. There's a couple original characters. There's the taxi cab. There's Benny, the fast talking cab.
He's not a real cartoon?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't see. So I thought all the cartoons were actual cartoons that I just didn't know about.
Pretty sure Roger and Jessica Rabbit and Benny the cab are original characters.
So Roger Rabbit wasn't anything before that?
I don't believe so. I think he was an original creation.
I was like, man,
we could probably find that out somehow. But I feel like he was made for this movie. Because I know they made a game, they made an old NES game after the movie came out.
I did know that.
And I don't think it was very great.
Well, it was 1988.
It was a licensed game on an old system they didn't have much to work with. But yeah, there's good original characters in it. It's not all Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse are in it for a scene.
Yeah.
Daffy Duck and Donald Duck are in it for a scene. And then at the very end you get a line out of everyone.
Yeah.
And Porky Pig closes the movie with the classic, that's all, folks.
That's nice.
You can't I can't think of a better way to end that movie. It was great.
It's good.
But, I mean, Christopher Lloyd, who, spoiler alert, is a cartoon character.
Oh, yeah. We're spoiling stuff, right?
Yeah, because the movie's, again, 32 years old. If you haven't seen it,
if you haven't seen 32-year-old Chris,
seen it, go see it. If you haven't seen 32-year-old Chris, it's not getting any better. So see it while it's the way it is.
See it while it's hot.
It's not even. See it while it's lukewarm, tepid at best.
Tepid.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd's the bad guy. He turns out to be the guy who killed Eddie Valiant's brother. And he
dropped a piano on his head.
I can't even. With a straight face, he murdered a man.
He murdered a man by dropping his piano. That's the thing about the movie too. It's just there's so many like cartoon gags that just they're amazing. Likes.
Easy. Number one, I already mentioned it.
So all right, likes. You go and then I'll go.
Okay. Number one, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck dueling piano scene.
Amazing.
You can't understand half the shit that most of them say anyway.
Yeah, true.
Because both companies decided to give a duck a speech impediment for some reason. And Daffy Duck just puts it right out there. Says, this is the last time I'm working with somebody with a speech impediment. As he's playing this piano with his fucking elbows. And they're just, like, beating the shit out of each other. Like, I forget who starts it, but one of them, like, decks the other one. And then suddenly Daffy Duck's playing the piano with a boxing glove. Mm-hmm. And then Donald's inside the other piano with a cannon. And he just shoots a hole right through him.
I don't know if you noticed, when he comes up with that cannon,
he's got the little devil horns.
He has devil horns.
Oh, it's classic.
Amazing.
It's classic. You got the little devil horns. That's my favorite scene in the movie. One of my favorite scenes in general, but that's my number one. And what's his name? Roger Acme is in the audience. Saying, I love these ducks. They never get to. They're hilarious. They never get to finish the act. It's perfect because they're both like the angriest characters that both of those companies I feel like ever came out with. Because Donald Duck's whole gimmick is that he's just pissed off half the time, or if he's not, anything can happen. He just sets him off. And Daffy's just a lunatic.
Yeah, fair.
He's a sociopath.
Nice.
Like if he's against Bugs Bunny, he's the bad guy. But if he's against literally any other character in the Looney Tunes universe, he's kind of an underdog, but he's still going to wreck somebody's shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. Even with Elmer Fudd, he was...
Yeah. Like, I think there's an episode where he sells either Elmer Fudd or Porky Pig, like, some house insurance. Because, like, anything could happen. So he gets him, like, a robot house, and he just destroys it.
Fair.
Because he's the worst, but he's my favorite. That's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, like, I would go with... There's a lot to like in this movie.
Facts. Factuals.
Number two, honestly, Eddie Valiant in general, Bob Hoskins.
You love him.
I don't know why I love him so much, but the fact
you do.
The fact of the matter is, I found out a little while ago in my life that he is not, in fact, some like hard-boiled man from Brooklyn or New York City or LA or wherever the fuck he's from, where you talk like this. He's from like England or Australia or something.
Coffee talk.
It's just a little coffee talk.
He's
like from either England or Australia or something, and he does the same thing in the Mario Brothers movie. Mm-hmm. He puts on the accent.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's me, it's Mario.
Mm-hmm.
You ram a dame, you can't spame. I'm your main man. Like he's the same dude in this one.
There's a little Christopher Walken coming out there.
I love it. Impression that he turns into
I love
Walken.
it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Number two is him because he's a great like straight man character with all the wacky shit going on around him, and he either gives it no reaction, or he like rolls his eyes or complains about it, or just has a stiff drink, or
a bottle.
Yes, or a whole bottle, or he goes into my third like. When he's trying to hacksaw the handcuffs off of himself. And Roger Rabbit's handcuffed to him after he almost drowns him in a sink, hiding him from the weasels.
Yes.
They're in like a back room at the bar that he frequents, and he's hacksawing the handcuffs off, and they're on like a rocking crate table thing. And he says, "Hold still, will ya?" And Roger Rabbit grabs the crate with both hands, slips his one hand that's in the cuffs out of them to hold it steady for him, and he just gives him this look. And he was like, you could have... Are you telling me you could have taken your hands out of those cuffs anytime you wanted to? Not at any time. Only when it was funny. And it's great, because why else would a cartoon character do anything, would have any motivation to do anything other than to make somebody laugh?
Yes.
And Eddie doesn't crack a smile. He never gives it up, I think, in the whole movie. Even at the end when he like has his change of heart, I still don't think he laughs. He makes Roger Rabbit laugh, but he doesn't do it himself.
No.
And...
You know what? The one thing I wrote down, I took one note.
Ooh.
I took one note during the movie. Roger Rabbit, when they're in the movie theater, he's like, that's my job. He said, if you don't have a sense of humor, you might as well be dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fair. That is fair. No pulse, no laughing. If you can't laugh at someone or yourself.
Yeah, especially yourself.
Especially yourself.
No one's above it.
Absolutely not. And I was telling someone last night, we were talking, and someone said, Keith, you're always trying to make people laugh. And I'm like, let me tell you where you're wrong. Not to be whatever, but let me tell you where you're wrong. There is only one person in the world that I want to make laugh, and it is me.
Here it is.
I have an audience of one.
There you go.
And most of the time, because what someone said, they're like, when you're at work, you're making all these people laugh, and I'm like, I usually say what I have to say, and I'll walk away because I laughed.
You go out on the high note of yourself. You're
absolutely.
Like, hey, thanks everybody. I've been great. I'm gonna have a good night, and you like leave the room.
Yes, I will. I say, you can attest to that. I will say what I have to say, and I will walk away.
Yeah,
I have no problems, and I laugh at myself.
You always leave me satisfied and smiling. I came out 32 years ago, folks.
Tip your waiters and waitresses.
Yes.
Yes. So to me, I was like, man, what kind of, they're giving out like like more morality in this movie, which is great, and I love it, and it's so true. Like, why not laugh? Like we have to get on my soapbox, we have a movie review podcast. There are movie review podcasts out there, and they're serious. That's not us. And they're not the Joker either, but they're so serious.
Why?
Swear to me.
Why so serious?
And that's right. And that's, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, the original movie review was Siskel and Ebert.
Were they the first ones? Or I don't know. The first that's the one I think of.
I mean, they came out in the 90s, and before that, like...
I mean, I'm no Roger Ebert, because I'm alive.
Ooh.
But...
Oh, man.
What do we say about humor? Come on.
I'm laughing. So, yeah, but no, they were like the first ones on TV, right?
That I'm aware of,
They were not funny. They just gave good reviews.
I don't think they were trying to be. Or if they were trying to be, they failed.
They were not trying to be until later. After one of them left and they got someone else, they were like, okay, let's like liven it up or whatever because the old guy's gone. I'm like, that's really because it was Robert and it was
like Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel.
Yeah, like Siskel and Ebert.
And then Siskel.
Was it Siskel or Ebert
Siskel
left?
hit the bricks, and then it was Ebert and somebody else because I know it was him for solo for a little bit.
Yeah, but they weren't funny. Like even when they were talking about comedies, which they never gave good reviews, by the way. That shows me right there. Like if you can't give a comedy a good review, then what are we doing?
To be fair, we've given nothing but good reviews so far.
We've only watched nothing but good movies.
That's life, man.
Touché.
That's tough, isn't it? Sorry they got paid a lot of money probably to watch the movies they didn't care for.
Same.
Such is the hard life of a critic.
Same.
Film or otherwise. Oh, you got paid
Also
some money
fair.
to watch a movie. Oh, you're a food critic. You got paid some money to eat some food and talk about it.
Fair.
We're doing this just for fun. We're doing this for us.
Same.
And, I'm still having fun.
Absolutely. Off your soapbox, number 3. Or you already said
that was
3.
it. Yeah, that was my 3.
Yeah.
Number 1 was Daffy and Donald. 2 was Eddie in general. 3 was the handcuff scene. So that's your 3 likes.
3 likes of the movie. I wrote them down.
I think I know what one of them is.
Yeah, you do. That's my first one. The one scene I remembered to this day, shaving a haircut. It's
2 bits.
It's such a good scene. Christopher Lloyd. It's after the handcuff scene, which is hilarious.
It's like directly after it, isn't it?
It literally leads into it.
Yeah.
Because after they cut off the handcuffs, they're like, the red light comes on.
They're like, oh shit.
And they're like, hey.
Here comes Satan.
Christopher Lloyd, Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
What was his name? Judge Doom?
Judge Doom, yeah.
That was close.
Dr. Dread.
So he comes in. And he's looking for Roger Rabbit. He comes in straight face, Christopher Lloyd, comedian Christopher Lloyd. I don't know if he's a comedian, but he's a funny actor, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Comes in straight face and he goes, I'm looking for a murderer. And then like that's it. And I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And he
drunk barflies and just drunken barflies.
And then what album were they listening to? What song? When he was singing with the plates over his head. I don't know what song it was.
I don't know, but like it hits the skip and he just beating himself.
Whatever he was, Christopher Lloyd looks at the record player and whatever song it was, he was like, "Oh, this is a great song for such a drunkard place or something," because it was a comedy song for cartoons.
Yeah, and everyone in there was like a bunch of poor folk, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, for the time. And he's like, There's a rabbit I'm looking for. Oh, another part of that scene, he goes to the chalkboard for the soup of the day, and he goes rabbit soup. He erases a word and writes rabbit, and then he says $5,000, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, for someone so serious to do that, it's amazing. And so he does that, and then he's like, I know one way to find a rabbit or a cartoon or whatever he says, and a shave and a haircut. Like, it's the best. Yeah. Everybody's heard it.
Yeah, if you've had a friend come to your house and knock on your door,
yeah,
they've probably done it at some point.
So I don't have any friends. I'm just joking.
It makes me sad now.
Fair.
Next time I come to your house, I'll do that.
I hope so. Now I'm waiting on it. I won't answer the door. If the shave and the haircut is not on the side, I will send it back.
Like, are you home? What's going on?
I'm here.
Shaking your head. Just like, no, not yet.
Not at all. What's the password? So that was one. Shave and a haircut. And it gets Roger Rabbit to come out, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, he like Kool-Aid Man's through the wall.
Because Bob Hoskins he was like, "Oh, you think that's gonna work?" And he looks at Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit's trying to hold in everything.
Oh, that's great.
So again, such a great scene. That's why I love it. There's like so much build up, and then it's so good. Either way, so that's one. Two, the spare tire. The only scene it wasn't the only scene. It was the first scene, because at the end they were in it too.
Yeah, they were all in it. Yeah, at the very end.
And it actually spoke.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't no rabbit.
Fair. The first scene with Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in it together.
Yes.
And Eddie Valiant is falling off of a skyscraper, because every apartment building in Cartoon Land is a skyscraper. And he did there's also another term for that too, where there's like I was gonna say scientific, but there's like a cartoon term for when someone walks out into nothing.
Yeah, and they stand there,
and they stand there, and until they look down, that's when they fall. There's a term for that. I found that out too. Ooh. I don't know what it is, but so I didn't find out everything. I just know there is. So he walks out into nothing, and he looks down, and he starts falling.
Classic.
And as he's falling, he grabs onto like a beam, because every apartment building in Cartoon Land has a beam like sticking out of it. Beam thing, yeah. And Tweety Bird counts her little pitties.
Hey, Tweety.
This little piggy went to market. This little pitty. And then he keeps falling. And Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny are skydiving, of course.
Yeah.
In the middle of the city.
Why not?
That's where you should do it at. And they have on parachutes. And he goes, "What's up, Doc?"
Of course.
It's like, "Do one of you have a spare?" Bugs has a spare. And Bug's like, I don't think you want this.
You want it.
Give it to me. I don't think you. I want it. And he gives him a spare. And he opens it up, and it's a spare tire, and it's hilarious.
Which you would expect out of Bugs Bunny,
of course.
But Mickey Mouse, you'd think of him as like this wholesome character who wouldn't really go out of his way to let a man die.
Let me tell you what I don't think of Mickey Mouse.
But he would.
Anything. I never liked Mickey Mouse.
Same. I'm Donald Duck all the way between Disney characters.
Oh yeah, every other cartoon was way better than Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I never watched Mickey Mouse and was like, oh, okay, Mickey.
Yeah.
His voice was kind of annoying. Same. And yeah, that was it. His voice was annoying.
That's fair.
And he wasn't really funny.
No.
Like you said, Donald Duck?
Yeah.
Who else was a Disney?
Goofy.
The Goofy movie is the best movie.
I'm not going to argue with you. That was a pretty good movie.
It's a great movie.
I haven't watched it in a while.
I've never seen a Mickey Mouse movie be better than that.
That's fair.
What else you got?
He's a father. Goofy's a father.
He's a single father.
Yeah.
Hello. That doesn't happen in Disney a lot. That doesn't.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of single parents in general.
There is a lot of
Finding
single
Nemo.
fathers. There's a lot of single
Finding
fathers
Nemo.
in Disney. They be killing off these moms early.
I can't think of other single fathers.
Lion King. Oh, no.
He had a single mom after he got his dad killed, sort of.
Well, we never really see his mom, though, for a while. Like, she talks to one, that's your son. Only when the light touches.
I think she, like, stands up to Scar for, like, a second. And then she's like, oh, my son's here. Great. I don't have to do anything.
Fair.
Thank God. My son and his hippie friends showed up. They're going to bail me out of this.
That's fair. Man.
Because, like, The Incredibles, whole family. Full family.
Oh,
Mom
I guess
and Dad.
Pixar is Disney, isn't it?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
Like Andy, in Toy Story, Andy didn't have a dad.
No,
if he did, they didn't show him.
No, he didn't. It was just a mom.
Yeah.
That was it.
And they had like a 3-bedroom house and stuff. Good for her.
Yeah, what was she doing?
I don't know.
OnlyFans.
Maybe.
Let me stop.
Hey, you've seen these Pixar moms out here.
I knew that was good. That's why I'm stopping it.
Thick.
So
thicker than hockey pads. Pixar moms.
So either way.
Anywho.
So what am I on, 2?
I think,
2, the spare tire.
Yeah, where they were going to willingly let a man die.
Yeah, fair. It was funny, though.
Oh, it was great.
For a laugh.
Yeah, for a laugh, exactly.
I'm okay with it. I was good with it.
Yeah.
So that was 2. So that was good. You got to see a lot of characters in that scene alone.
Yeah, there were like
Bugs,
3 like big name
Disney,
characters.
Tweety Bird,
yeah.
or not Disney, Bugs, Mickey Mouse. So I was right.
Walt
Bugs, Disney. I was going to say something about Walt Disney. Let me stop.
Whoa.
Well, he wasn't a covert racist or a womanizer. He was not covert at all. He let the cat out the bag a lot. And let me stop because
Keep going.
I don't think he liked Jewish people either.
That's what they say. Yeah.
See? That's
what they say.
Mickey Mouse not that great. And all Disney does is just buy stuff. They don't really... Yeah, I saw this. I was listening to some people talk about Disney. And someone said, this show called Unpopular Opinion. And it says, someone was like, Disney is overrated. And someone was like, oh my God, I can't... No. He was like, what's the last thing Disney created? Like, actually created.
As far as what? Like it's anything? Or like a movie? Or
yeah, like anything. He's like, because think about it. Mickey Mouse? Okay, cool. But all their stories were pretty much from the Grimm brothers.
Yeah, like old fables or like the Arabian Nights for Aladdin.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And they were like... And then someone was like, well, what about Marvel? It was like, Disney didn't create that.
No, Disney
they just bought it.
Disney bought it.
Great business.
Oh, great, yeah. They made a ton of money on that.
But what have they created?
Yeah.
And I was just like, when I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute.
Because, I mean, they made Star Wars movies, but they
didn't create it.
No, yeah, they played off an existing thing.
Like what movie?
Like since they bought Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, but that wasn't their creation.
Yeah, like they made like
right.
Rogue One, they made Solo and the sequel trilogies, which
Fair.
people are gonna shit on. But like they didn't originally create. They were like, oh hey, let's bring in this character Han Solo that no one's ever seen before. Like all that shit was real, already happened, and then they expanded on it. Yeah,
even Rogue One.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to think of like Disney movies and stuff that I own. Yeah, they're either like based on something, except for like what Pixar. Those are all pretty, as far as I'm aware, like pretty original. But
they bought Pixar too.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were like Disney. So I was like, oh man, Disney is overrated.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd call them like a production company.
And like I told my girlfriend, I think last night, Disney World, Disneyland, don't see the appeal.
Never been. Probably will never go because I'm not a rich man.
Same.
And like, although I do have an autograph from Donald Duck in a drawer in my kitchen.
You know who else has one? Mr. Brown from The Office.
He has an autograph of Daffy Duck. That's who Michael Scott signed his. Daffy Duck signed.
I don't know why I thought you said Daffy. I thought you said Daffy.
I got it. I have an autograph of Donald Duck from somebody that I work with who went there a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Can you give me Donald Duck's autograph?" Because I'm a child, and she's like, "Yeah." And it's in the drawer in my kitchen.
That's what's up. No, I don't see the appeal. We were talking about it. Someone's like, my buddy said, he's like, I always wanted to ride the Dumbo like thing, and I was like, I never saw the appeal of it. Every time I see it,
you never been to a carnival?
I said that's what I said. Anywhere? I was like, you cannot tell me Cedar Point is not better than Disneyland and / World. So that's just my
I feel like the main appeal of Disney is the recognizable of like Disney World or Disneyland is like the recognizable characters walking around.
Like the Princess Castle.
Yeah, like
that's in every movie.
And like
that
you got like
I don't care about.
You've got the people dressed as the characters walking around that have to stay in character or they will get murdered. Like everything has, like everything's merchandised. Like there's characters and everything, and that's cool. Like I don't see the rides being that great.
They can't be
because it's there's probably no like I'm not a huge Cedar Point guy either.
Huge rides or anything like that.
I'm not a huge Cedar Point guy either, but like that's a big deal.
Yeah, same.
Don't see the rides at Disney World topping the rides.
The only rides I know about is that Dumbo ride. It's like a little small roller coaster.
Yeah,
that's like 2 feet off the ground, and then
It's a Small World.
I don't know what that is.
That's the one where like you ride in a little boat and like the robot kids sing to you, and it's supposed to be really creepy.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Big nope. And then the next one, the only thing I know about is the teacups. So I'm good.
And there's the thing that every like a theme park has, the log ride. The thing where like everybody has the pictures of them like on the log, and there's one of the rock where he's just like on the front of it, and everybody it's like the Splash Mountain.
So let me tell you something about me. I can't swim, so I'm not getting on a water ride.
Oh.
So.
Well, they're supposed to be pretty safe, but
I'm sure they are, but
you gotta get wet.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be getting wet on a ride if I gotta be walking around someplace all day.
Thank you.
And it's already hot. If you're in Florida, which I've never been, probably never will be. I hear there's a lot of crazies down there.
I've been to Florida. It's hot. God awful hot. It's almost as bad as Arizona and Las Vegas.
I've been to Vegas.
Vegas was hot.
Yes.
Whatever.
There's gators and stuff down in Florida. And Florida people in Florida.
Same. Florida man in Florida.
Yes, Florida man is the most dangerous man.
Fair. Either way.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Third like.
Number 3.
Not Florida man.
Something you point out. No, not Florida man. Something you pointed out to me. I'm trying to think. Wait, is this my number 3? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think of something I could have possibly pointed out to you.
Yeah.
About this movie.
I was just thinking about it and I wrote it down. And I'm like, I don't know if that's my number 3. It's going to be my honorable mention, but I don't know if it's a number 3. Shoot. I want to say my third like of the movie, Christopher Lloyd.
Fair.
That's it.
That's good.
I love Christopher Lloyd.
What was the other like possible?
Honorable mention?
Yeah.
Scotch on the Rocks.
And I mean ice. Great.
Scotch on the Rocks. That was
almost in mine, though.
He asks a cartoon penguin for Scotch on the Rocks, and after he says it, he goes, I mean ice, and they come back with Scotch.
Not 5 minutes later.
Not even 5 minutes later, they come back with Scotch and actual rocks in the glass, and it's the funniest thing in the world. And he looks at it, he's like, yeah. So good. But Christopher Lloyd. The fact that at the end he was the villain the whole time, but he actually was a tune. The best actually, and then that's great. You know, like I do mean that, and that's my number 3. Well, the best thing about it is that it was supposed to be in the 1950s, maybe even before. And the best thing about it was that he described A, capitalism, and B, the freeway system. And everybody was fighting against it.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to tear down Toontown and kill all the tunes so he can build a freeway. So he can have gas stations on both sides of the road and mini malls.
Yeah. And billboards.
And billboards as high as you could see. And I remember watching it the first time and I was like, oh, we have all that.
Yeah, we're living it.
Wait, we didn't want that at one point?
Oh, we lost.
Damn.
Son of a bitch, we lost.
Damn.
Some alternate timeline.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Killed all the
when we were watching it today, I said, in my head, I was like, so we could have cartoons instead of this freeway?
This is the darkest timeline.
I was like, this is whack. Yeah, right. And the funny thing is, though, he goes, a freeway with no traffic. Or no, what did he say? No traffic block or something like that. And I was like, that didn't happen.
Yeah, he failed. Failed that.
But that's the reason why I liked him, because he was a villain that was actually real but also fake, like real in real life but fake in the movie. And he was also a toon who hated tunes. He was trying to kill all the tunes by the dip. And I think that was the funniest part too. But the dip was this poison that they dipped the cartoons in to kill them. And
he was like paint thinner and
something
turpentine
else. Yeah. Stuff. And he died from it. Yes. That's spoiler alert, but he died from it. And that's, poetic. Sucks. Poetic.
I don't read poetry.
Same, but I like it. That's actually a good point. It's poetic. Ironic.
I'm 32 years of age. I still don't know if I know, Alanis Morissette aside, I don't know if I know the proper use of the term irony.
Dying by your own sword.
Is that like being hoisted on my own petard?
I don't. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. So
be more vague.
Fair. So yeah, that's my third. Third is definitely Christopher Lloyd. He did an amazing job.
That's a great.
And that was like the first time he was like a villain, if the only time. But that was like the one time he was a villain, and I was like, I like this man. This man is good. He was also in Taxi or Cheers, one of the two. He was in a TV show when he was younger.
I think it was Taxi.
Yeah. And so he was a comedian, but he was like a little bit more serious, though. He wasn't like crazy like Doc Brown, which is hilarious to think about. But yeah, him as a villain really sold me on that movie. And the fact that when he dies, he has this high-pitched voice, and it's the best.
Remember me, Eddie, when I killed your brother?
I love it.
I can't get up that high, so I can't do the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. I could, but no one wants to hear that.
No, I don't think the mics would pick it up.
It's like, right.
Or they would pick it all up.
So, yeah, so that's 3. So.
Okay, dislike.
Ooh, dang.
Crickets. Honestly. Like,
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go. So, as a great movie, I think it's too long of a movie. So not like, there were times where it was really slow and I wish there was more cartoons in it.
That's fair.
So like too long. So like when I think of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, if I wanted to watch a Dick Tracy detective novel like movie, I would watch that. But I didn't want to watch that. I want to watch cartoons. But again, I was young the first time I saw it. So I'm like, okay, I don't care that you and your girlfriend aren't really hitting it off. I don't care about that. I want to see more cartoons. Where's Bugs? Where's Daffy? Where's, so that was my one dislike if I had one.
So you wanted more like the big name characters.
Well, I didn't need them to be in it more because they were in it and I loved it now, especially like just watching it. But like, during his Bob Hoskins thing,
That's fair.
Like, to be honest, I didn't care about his brother.
Like the sad parts where he's talking about his brother and stuff.
Not really. I was like, okay, cool. Where's the cartoons? Sorry, he's gone. But as a kid, I was like, that's life. Let's get to it, you know. But honestly, I just wanted more cartoons because I was like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, because I would say the same thing about Space Jam too. I'm like, man, I don't really care about. I know he plays basketball great. I don't care about his home life.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Like that's
fair.
So that was me. I was like, man, let's get him interacting with the cartoons more as opposed to with people more. Kind of don't like people. So that's me though. Fair. You know, that's one dislike. I would say the second dislike again.
There you go, multiple dislikes.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
I think the cartoons. So it's pretty much on the same plane as the first one. The cartoons were amazing, and the people weren't. So like when there was, you know, dialogue between people, I was like, oh, you guys are trying to act. Like honestly, I thought there was better acting between cartoons than there was better acting between people.
Or like people in cartoons.
Yeah, like people in cartoons. Yes,
that's fair.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like I don't believe that you guys had this. Like him and the bartender. Like I didn't believe that they dated. I was like, she doesn't even like you, dude. Like she doesn't. And he's like, remember we went on vacation? She's like, yep, cool. Get out. And then she's like, oh, I love you, Eddie. I'm like, I didn't see that. Right. Where'd that come from? And just because you show me pictures of her on the beach, that means nothing. Yeah. So all expenses paid means nothing. So
all inclusive.
So that's it. But that's nitpicking, and I understand. But that's my 2. I'm sticking with that.
I'm still struggling to come up with one, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I really like this movie. Like this is the one movie that I know we've only done a couple episodes so far, but this is the one movie that I knew from the start that I wanted to have on the podcast to talk about. And I'm struggling really to come up with a dislike.
Then don't.
And okay, no, I can come up with something. Honestly, if it'd probably be similar to yours, like more of the cartoon characters. If I have to give it a dislike, and not even that I didn't like the parts with the human characters as much, because I still found those to be just fine. But I would have loved to have seen just more characters. Like even if it was more just like cameos in the background. Like I think one of the first ones they have is like Dumbo. Of like an actual cartoon character, like flying outside the dude's office and he throws him some peanuts. Just more of that, which I understand a lot of that was probably like licensing and probably cost a lot of people some money because like you only got like 1 or 2 scenes out of the notable characters like Donald, Daffy, Mickey, and Bugs. 1 line out of like Sylvester, 1 line out of Porky Pig. Like a lot of the characters probably cost them more than others to have.
Fair.
And a lot of the characters didn't get any lines. They were just in the background. More of that would have been fine. Doesn't exist. Doesn't hurt my enjoyment of the movie at all.
No, not at all.
And
I still enjoyed it.
That's the only dislike I can give is that because I really enjoyed the movie. It's honestly, when we started this, I think I made we each made a list of 5 movies. Yeah. This was not on it.
It wasn't.
And as soon as I sent you that list, I was like, I didn't put this fucking movie on this list. I fucked up. I was like, I should have put this movie on the list.
Because honestly, if you'd have put it on the list, I'd have picked it first.
Honestly, I would. Yeah, and as soon as I sent that text, I think I texted my fiance, and I was like, this is... I messed up. I made a mistake today.
Here's the thing, people. None of this is like set in stone. You could have...
No, but you sent me your 5, and I was like, all right, here's my 5. What have I done? And I don't know if you had the same problem after you sent me your movies. Mistake. Yeah, I was like, I made a huge mistake.
So,
a huge, tiny mistake.
To be fair, when I sent you my movies, I was like thinking broad, and like you were just thinking movies.
I was thinking movies that I love watching.
Right. So I was like, as soon as you sent me yours and I sent you mine, I was like, oh. I was like, damn it. I went too mainstream. I was like, damn it.
See, I thought mine were mainstream because I don't think I have like special taste in anything.
No, because there was like 2 movies on there I hadn't seen.
But I don't see a lot of movies, though. Like, in the general scope of things, I don't see a lot of movies.
And I know I do.
And this is great, because this is going to get me to watch more movies.
So I was like, I sent you mine, and I think mine was like, just genre. It was like Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel,
Megamind.
Scott Pilgrim. Oh, and Megamind.
Scott Pilgrim, yes. Megamind.
Yep. That was it. And then you sent me yours.
I remember yours. You sent me a Star Wars movie, 2 Marvel movies, Scott Pilgrim, and Megamind.
Yep. And I was like, damn it. I was like, okay, so he wants to do, okay. I was like, damn it. So I did have that thought, but I was like, I like my movies.
No, and that's like, great. I love, and honestly, I think at that time, I don't know if I had seen Megamind yet, which we did watch together.
No, we did. You did see it at that point.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, but that was the only thing, because I was like, I think I've only seen it one time. I haven't seen it at all.
That's true.
Which I'm fine to talk about it. Honestly.
Yeah,
let's get it on there. I'll watch it again.
Listen,
gladly.
I told you what my top 1 movie was.
Yes.
2 might be that.
Okay.
Super close.
I was kind of, I was like, I'm thinking about it. I was like, ooh, 2. Yeah.
Megamind's up there.
Got David Cross in it as a fish.
Listen, Megamind's close. It's such a good movie. Either way, done with that movie. So, 1 dislike, got it. All right.
And it was tough. It wasn't even a real dislike, and it still pained me to say it.
Slushie meter.
You first.
1 through 5.
Me?
You can go first.
5.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I love it. Not that it's higher. I think it's higher than the other movies you've done so far. Doesn't mean I dislike them or think they're bad, but this one is one of those movies I could be flipping through the channels on TV, and if it's on TV, I'm gonna watch it. If it's on something and I got time, I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I don't own it, but if I did, I'd probably watch it on the regular.
Fair.
If it's around, if it's there, I'm probably gonna enjoy it.
That's fair.
I'm gonna give it a 5. How about you?
I don't want to give it too low, but I'm gonna say
you can give
3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
3.5. I'm not mad about it. Here's the reason why. It is a great movie. Probably one of the best movies of its time. It's dated.
That's fair.
Not saying it shouldn't be, but it is.
That's fair.
If I owned it, I know I wouldn't watch it. Unfortunately. As much as I like it, and that's the thing. That's why I don't want to give it... I want to give it a 4, but I know me, and I know that unless someone talks about it, I won't think about it.
That's fair.
So, like, unlike the last episode we did, Scott Pilgrim, I can quote that all day, every day. I can talk about The Matrix all day, every day. Megamind, I quote that all the time. Just some of my favorite movies. Endgame, Infinity War, Star Wars. I think about all those all the time. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Unless someone brings it up. I think you brought it up, right?
Oh, I definitely did. I think I texted you the other day. It's like, if we can fit it in somewhere, can we please do this movie? And I felt kind of out of line texting you that. And then you were like, yeah, let's do it. I love that movie. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
And then you give it a 3.5.
Listen, I love it. But I hadn't thought about that movie until you mentioned it, probably in years.
That's fair.
Because that's not true. Can I tell you a story?
It's longer than that.
Can I tell you a story?
Tell me the story.
So
Tell us the story.
Girlfriend was talking about Jessica Rabbit earlier. So, if this person listens to this, I'm sorry. But there was a girl I work with. She always had her hair over her eyes. And over, like, bangs, like, over her eyes, over whatever. And I was like, hey, anyone ever tell you look like Jessica Rabbit when you do your hair like that? She was like, yeah, I've heard that before. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's what's up. I was like, you do it because of that? She was like, no. She pulled her hair back. And she was like, no, it's because of the scar. I was like, oh. She said she was born with some of her skull missing.
What?
And I was like, oh, shit. My bad. And I was like... And she was like, okay, bye. I was like, oh, shit.
Let's never talk again.
Let's never talk about that again. And I love her. I think she's amazing. But I put my foot in my mouth and I didn't know. So when my girlfriend, when we were watching the movie, she was like, Jessica Rabbit. I was like, fuck you. Because people who I know about it. Like, bring it up on a regular because I'm awkward talking to people. I wish I could talk to more cartoons like this movie, but I can't.
I mean, you could. They might not talk back.
No, they'll talk back. It's fine. My imagination is amazing. To be fair,
am I a cartoon character?
Audience of one, remember. So yeah, so that's when I think about this movie, is when someone brings that up, because people like to laugh at my mistakes.
So it's tied to a fairly not negative, but like not a great moment.
She was super cool about it. She was super nice about it. I felt like a dick.
That's fair.
And I cried. I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
Like, not cried, like I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing? So I don't ask. Yes, I don't ask anybody about anything ever. I'm like, hey, nice shirt. I don't want them to be like, yeah, my mom died in this shirt. Like, like, no, I don't.
Death shirt.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I stopped asking about stuff. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. So, so 3.5 because I won't think about this movie if I don't think about this movie.
But you might dig up a pained memory
that only affected me and no one else. Yes. So 3.5. I gotta give it I can't give it more than that. I wish I could, because it is a great movie. It's so good, but I won't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it can be good, but it's not necessarily. 4. Oh, it's
an 8. I'm giving it an 8 out of 5 because I feel bad.
For me?
Because I do like it when I watch it, but I don't watch it that often. So 3.5. That's it.
Yeah, stick with it. Stick to your guns.
But to move right along, I would recommend you watching this movie if you've never seen it. If you've never seen it, watch it. You're gonna appreciate it. It's a little dated, but that means nothing. Yeah. But it's amazing. It's a good movie. It is a great movie to watch. And it's kid friendly, right?
Yeah, I think it's like PG. There's a couple instances of some rough language, but it's nothing like. Yeah. I don't think there's any 4-letter words.
Yeah.
Just like bastard or hell.
Dame, broad, like I said. Like little chauvinist stuff.
But shits, no fucks.
Listen, they've never gave a movie a rated R because of male chauvinism. That's for sure. So
that's true. I can think of anyway.
So besides all that,
I mean, you can get away with one fuck in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, just one though.
Depending on the movie.
Just one.
Yeah, and you better make it count.
So, what would you say? Your 5 rating? Would you recommend?
Definitely. Like to see the movie, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought I put it out there at the beginning. I love this movie.
Yeah, no, you did.
And I felt bad for excluding it from my list.
I was being facetious.
I'm sorry, movie.
Sorry, movie.
I apologize to you.
Disappointed you?
I'm sorry I let you down. I hope this makes it up to you, movie.
You've been living 5 years just to get to this point.
No, I would definitely say see the movie. If you like animation, if you like movies, I don't know. Maybe you won't like it. And maybe you're wrong.
Yeah, that's it. It's a good movie. I can't see why anybody wouldn't like it. Yeah. You know? It may not be anybody's favorite, but it's still a great movie.
Maybe it's not your cup of tea, and that's fine.
Yeah. But stop drinking tea.
I don't like tea.
Drink slushies like we're doing.
There you go. And this one, again, brought to you by me.
Yeah, you made it.
It's blue raspberry lemonade.
It was so good.
It's yummy.
I actually like this one better than the grape.
Ooh. I kind of do too. I don't know. I like grape stuff though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even though it doesn't taste like grape. It tastes like purple.
It definitely tastes like
it. It's my favorite
sugar,
color.
Water, ice, purple.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tastes. It's purple.
That's fair.
Sugar, water, purple, and ice. Sugar, water, purple on the rocks.
That's fair.
And I mean ice.
I love it. And I mean ice. All right. Well, I mean, that sounds like that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else about Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No, just like the podcast, follow us, Slushie at Slushie Review on Twitter, Slushie with an IE Review on Twitter. We're at Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. I forget if there are other ones. I'm sure I'm forgetting other ones.
Oh, there's a ton of other ones, apparently. Found that out, actually, doing research for the podcast. There's a ton of podcast platforms out there. And I found out, as long as you're on Apple, you're on all of them. So once you're on Apple, which we are, then you're on all of them.
We made it.
So we made it.
We made it, baby.
That's it. This is the last episode.
No.
We made it. No more.
And just like that, it was over.
And just like that. So, yeah, no, follow us. You can also rate us, review us, and subscribe. Again, we love positive criticism. All the positive that you can give us is amazing. But please follow us, subscribe to us. Again, like he said, at Slushie Review.
Cross promotion coming out there. Promote.
I'm gonna delete it. At Slushie Review at Twitter.com. No, it's not. I'm all way off. At Slushie Review on Twitter. Other than that, that's it. This has been Keith Anderson
and Chris Richards,
and we'll see you next episode. We're out.